they plan to make history here this evening.
What's going on, everybody? Week 8 of the NFL season is here. We are in the middle of a World Series here in St. Louis and enjoying every minute of it now that Game 2 is over with. And we got our win. Thank you, Boston, for throwing the ball around like Detroit did. And
you're welcome for Game 1 when we
we stunk up the joint.
7-year-olds out there.
That was a little league team. We were just teasing you. But it's going to be a long series, so we're going to be. That's why I shaved Sunday.
His ass.
Yeah. But so we've been watching a little bit of World Series. It's kind of hard. Like last night, I didn't watch but 2 minutes of that game against Carolina, or with that Carolina game. They played somebody, Tampa. I think Tampa tried to show up. I know I flipped it over at the end of the game after the World Series, and there was like 8 people in the stands with like 4 minutes to go. Which I was like, it's gonna look like our Dome Monday.
That's gonna be bad.
Last week. Started out great. At one point, he was 5-1 on our college picks for Saturday, which is awesome. I started out 6-2 in the morning, and then the wheels came off the car, and I think I went 3-4 for the rest of the games. Thank you, Denver. Maybe Irsay had something. There's some truth behind that. Peyton Manning, kind of gets a little tight on the collar in a big game.
I think he had a little bit of an injury there, and you can tell it was affecting the throw.
Yeah, well, this is 2 weeks in a row they haven't covered the spread. Thank you, Denver, for not covering the spread. But this week I was telling you while you were doing your college pick show, I've changed the Saints.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and I forgot they were coming off the bye, and good stuff. So.
Okay.
But this week we disagree on 1, 2, 3, 4, only 4 games. So this one should be a nice, short, sweet little video. But while we do something I was going to say, I forgot. But here, I want to scroll these up. These are the ones we agree on.
You didn't bring down your drink of choice.
I did not bring down my drink of choice, and I have. My son doesn't drink, so he's not even going to bring it to me if I ask. I actually had this really big Craftic Light Tall Boy specifically for this stupid show, and it's upstairs in the fridge.
Friday night, and I'm drinking Dasani water.
I would have drank it. Actually, I'm starting to come down a little bit of a cold, too, today. It's been like chilly as shit. It's 20 degrees in St. Louis this morning. What the hell?
Was it really?
Yeah, it was 29 or something like that when I went to work this morning.
I did see some frost on the grass.
All right, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and get started. The first one we disagree on is the Cowboys and the Lions. The Lions are a 3-point favorite at home. They're still a little banged up. I'm really getting a little bit confused on this Reggie Bush when he's hurt and when he's not hurt. It seemed like when he started out on gangbusters, I guess he was healthy week 1 or 2 whenever he just really came out. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Lions at home. I really think that the Lions being at home and having the defensive advantage at home put pressure on Romo. Romo's still without his full repertoire of weapons. I don't think DeMarco Murray's going to play. He's got the rookie back there, which I think he had, 75 or 79 yards last week, which wasn't bad, but still I think DeMarco Murray's a much better back. When healthy, you still got Dez Bryant. A little bit of war words between Dez Bryant and Calvin Johnson. Dez Bryant saying, I'm as good as Calvin Johnson, basically, which maybe in a couple of years, but right now I think Calvin Johnson's still the elite. So give me the Lions. It's going to be a close game, but I think maybe 6 to 7 points close, if that's close.
It's possible. I think Dez Bryant did backpedal a little bit from what he tweeted on that. I look at this game. I look at last week. Granted, it was Philadelphia, but without their quarterback Foles, who got hurt, Dallas defense played a really good game. I was, after seeing a couple weeks where they gave up 51 to Denver, and I guess everyone gives up a lot of points to Denver, but still, I'm not as worried about DeMarco Murray not playing. What I look at from this standpoint of Detroit is every time in the last, I guess, year or two that I start to think Detroit's turning that corner and starting to make that run, they seem to just have a dud of a game. The one thing I'm concerned about with Calvin, I think Calvin Johnson could have a huge game against Dallas' secondary. I guess it will come down to can Dallas do enough, and I think they can with Bryant and Witten. Obviously Miles Austin, but. What's the other guy? Terrence Holloway?
This is the little 11 guy?
No, 11 guy is, I can't remember his name. Yeah, he's like
senior moment.
Yeah, Wes Welker, Danny Amendola. Well, no, Danny Amendola is just on the sideline. Yeah. So I like Dallas to cover 3 points. They may not win. It might be a 1 or 2 point game, but I can't give away points to Detroit. They screw me every time. So I'm taking Dallas in this game. The next game we've got the New York Giants going on the road to the aforementioned Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are favored by 5 points. Vic is supposed to play this game. You got McCoy. I look at the Giants, and although they're 1-6, the defense has
they're
not
on a roll.
They're on a roll. They're going for 2 in a row. I think offensively they've got enough. I liked what I saw Peyton Hillis as a running back. He really seemed to add a little fire to the offense there. I think the Giants have enough offensively to stay in this game. I worry about their defense a little bit, but Philly's been really up and down with the offense. Philly may still win this game. I just don't think they'll cover the 5. So I'm taking the Giants on the road here.
Yeah, I think being last week that the Giants were at home helped a lot. Playing a pretty shitty team too. The Eagles are not world beaters right now, but I think with Michael Vick coming back, I just see maybe a little sense of desperation on his part to really perform well. Because even when Foles came in there, he's probably like, shit, I probably just lost my job again, and so. I really think being at home is going to be the advantage here. I think we see a little bit of Eli come back out again. I think that last week they just had a really easy opponent, and I think we're kind of handed a little bit of a victory too. So go ahead. I'm going to take the Eagles -5. Next up is the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Browns. The Chiefs undefeated. The Browns, I think, looking for an identity still in Week 8. But the one thing I've seen with the Chiefs so far this year is their offense is kind of blah. That might be a little bit to do with their quarterback, I think. And the quarterback, basically, right now, the way I watch the Chiefs when they play, is a quarterback that's not going to screw up, but he's not going to get you in a game that's a blowout, unless you have some just massive defensive errors from your opposing team. But look for the Browns just to keep this within a touchdown. I mean, no simpler than I just don't see the Chiefs pulling away too many teams. Even though I think against the Raiders, where they won 31-13, or what was that last week? I can't remember who they played last week. Another senior moment.
They played Houston at home, 17-16.
Oh, that's right. And Case Keenum was like, "Yeah, fuck you. I'm going to show you. I'm halfway." He was chucking it because we got stuck with that game. That's right. I watched it. Oh my god. Holy shit! That's the only game I think we had in the afternoon. I watched it. Now I'm like, who the hell did they play? I watched it for 3 hours.
Yeah, be like, what the hell's that guy's name?
Exactly.
It's Justin, your son, you idiot.
I did that too. We played in a scramble one time. And we had won some gift cards for something like that. And a guy, he got the gift cards later because we took off because, they do their shit. We're like, let's go. And he gave me the cards, and I'm like, he gave me all these cards, and I'm like, who is this for? And I was like, well, here, do you want yours back? And he goes, no. And I was like, I got mine. I was like, well, who the hell did we play with? And he was like, it was my son.
Yeah.
I was like,
this is what I deal with. So you're going with the Browns. I'm going with Kansas City. Cleveland, they did have an identity. It was with Hoyer. Once he went down with the injury, this team, Whedon stepped in and
played well that game
against Buffalo. But after that, it's just gone back to where it was. And now you're bringing in Jason Campbell. I just don't know what you can expect out of this offense at this point. Kansas City has a very good defense at home in that environment. Yes, Kansas City's offense is not the explosive offense, but it's an Andy Reid offense, and the Andy Reid offense is going to focus and go through the running back. And you've got Jamal Charles. He's the focus point. You don't hear a lot of talk about Dwayne Bowe with having big, he's not having a great year. He's a very quiet performer because the focus is going to be on Jamal Charles. And there's no reason it shouldn't be. He's a great player. But at home, with Cleveland struggles, I think Cleveland has a decent defense. I see some short fields here for Kansas City in this game and some easy points. So I'm taking Kansas City at home to cover the 7.5. Next game that we've got.
This is it.
Yeah, this is it. We've got Miami going on the road to New England. New England's favored by 7 points. I worry about this game because I don't know why. To me, at least, it seems like Miami always goes to New England and plays well. But with Gronkowski coming back, and he kind of got situated last week with the loss New Orleans had at the Jets, going home against another AFC East opponent, I see them putting the throttle down here and making a statement, and I'm taking New England here. Miami lost at home to Buffalo last week. I think they've lost 3 in a row. They got to get the train back on the track, or this season's going to unwind real quick. But I don't think it happens this week. I'm taking New England.
Yes, how does the Dolphins start out there, like just in a spiral? But I'm actually taking the Dolphins +7. They might not win this game at all. Tom Brady has he thrown a touchdown in 2 weeks?
I think he has like 8 touchdowns for the year.
Yeah, I don't know if he's thrown 2 in the last 2 weeks because the big black pussy dropped him because we're done with him. I look for the Dolphins just to hold this one close. I don't think they're going to win this game at all. I still think the Patriots have enough to win this game, but it's just like everything else. The Patriots are just having trouble pulling away from teams, just the same as Kansas City. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Dolphins +7, even though they're coming off that loss at home, coming off the bye, and losing at home to Buffalo. I still think they find a way to keep this one close and cover for me. That's all we got for this week. We do have a suicide pick, which we are still in our pool. Thank you, Packers. That was actually probably the easiest one we had all year. I mean, that one I don't think ever was really in doubt, and with a banged-up Packer squad, too, which is kind of nice. I was sitting there after I saw the score going like, man, Carolina would have probably been a good suicide pick this week. But I think even though... I'm just taking a real quick look to make sure before we shoot ourselves in the foot. I thought we were going to say the Chiefs.
We were saying Chiefs or Saints. Which one do you want to do?
Ooh. We have not taken the Saints?
No, we haven't used New Orleans yet.
Oh, I say let's take the Saints then.
All right.
We are taking the New Orleans Saints. Home of WrestleMania 30. And our suicide pick of the week. And am I forgetting anything else? And man, I'm like... Last night, watching the World Series, I'm coming down a little cold, snifflies. I got just running. I'm growing a beard here, so I got snot all this. I'm sick of this. So I go pop a couple Benadryl in like the 3rd inning. 7th inning, I'm shitting you not. I'm down here by myself watching Super Bowl. I don't know where Justin's girlfriend came over. So he disses me. I'm at like a 3/4 lean, eyes closed during that whole fucking inning. I heard it. I wasn't sleeping. But that whole inning where Boston started throwing the ball around, I mean, I'm literally just like this, hook close, and I was afraid to open my eyes, thinking if I was going to open my eyes, it was going to kill that fucking rally. But then after the rally, I always said I jumped up, and then if I got some kind of just rush, I mean, I was like superhuman for like 5 more minutes, and then I was like out.
Were you watching Magic Mike? Is that why you got the rush?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know how you talk.
One of these days, we're just going to...
I'm not watching it.
Stripper, yeah.
No, I'm not watching it.
I have to lock everybody in the room one day so we can watch it. But I think that's all we got. Check out his college videos. They usually go right up before or right up after. Like I said, 5-1 last week. I still think the Cardinals can win this in 5.
Coming home.
They got Red Sox are, I think, pitching, hurting right now. They got Jake Peavy starting tomorrow night against Joe Kelly. And both of them in the postseason have been, Peavy's been horrible. But Joe Kelly's been all right. I think that first game at home, Cardinals win. Second game, Buchholz might be playing. Or
here's my projection for tomorrow's game: high scoring. So I don't know what the over/under is on that, but
I say high scoring for the Cardinals. Though. I really think if you get Joe Kelly a lead,
Kelly gives up 3 or 4 runs in the first couple innings, but once he gets past that, he settles down.
Yeah, I think that you're going to see a real loose Cardinal bunch, and I really think they're going to just tear it up. And I really think they can sweep here at home. I'm trying not to be a homer, but that's what you got. That would put Wainwright on the mound for the clincher if they can win the first 2.
Yeah.
And I just don't see him losing 2 games
in a row.
Even though he looked bad in game 1.
Well, game 4 you got Buchholz going. He's still injured. So
he said something like, "I've got 1 game left in me." I'm like, sweet. I want that guy. I want the guy that thinks he's got 1 game left in him, and then he's just gonna happen. And luckily, Carlos Beltran didn't die.
I think they should just constantly bunt down the first base line and make David Ortiz charge in and try and make plays and get him worn out so he can't hit.
Ortiz can shit out of you.
If you pitch it, that guy's on. He's just.
I wouldn't pitch to him ever again.
He's in his zone.
You're done pitching to Ortiz because that guy's just freak right now.
So he's in his zone.
All right, that's our Cardinal wrap up. I think this is going to wrap up week 8. Yeah. And I think I'm forgetting something, but fuck it. We're going to go. So I'm going to feel it. So, yeah, little poop. See ya.
Keep that in, I don't care.
Son of a bitch. Fucking wrote this motherfucker down and forgot to say it.
What?
We picked 3 underdogs that were home underdogs that were more than 8. 8-point underdogs at home this year. They're 23-3 against the spread. And we got 3 home underdogs of 8 or more that we went against. The camera's still rolling, so fuck it. 23-3, 8-point home underdogs against the spread, and we got 3 of them that we went totally against. Our Rammies, the Vikings, and the Jaguars, which the Jaguars are going to get smoked. And I really think the Rams, I meant to talk about the Rams.
We're still on. You can edit this in.
Yeah, fuck it. We're back on. Since we live here in St. Louis, Monday night, the World Series Game 5 Game 5 will be on. It's here in St. Louis. The Seattle Seahawks come to town to play the St. Louis Rams. There'll be people there. Tickets were going for, I think, $8.
And you get
2-for-1 beers,
free
hot dogs, and they're going to be playing the World Series at halftime and pregame and
in the concourse.
And in the concourse, and they'll be updating the scores. I don't know what kind of spin they're going to put on this to make that. I mean, it might be one of those wrestling events where they put everybody on one side to make it look like the stadium's kind of full. But man, it's going to be a hard time to get a crowd down there. You got people that spent money on tickets, but unfortunately, those people that spent money on tickets probably also have Cardinal tickets or can have access to it. So
we sold the first 5 games of the year for our season tickets because my dad and what we're dealing with. But so we've already sold ours. So I mean, I couldn't imagine if I had to choose right now between the Rams, and don't get me wrong, I love football. It's my favorite sport. If I had to choose right now between the Rams and the Cardinals, I would go watch the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's nothing against the Rams. Absolutely nothing against the Rams, but this is World Series baseball.
And plus you got a Rams team that's starting Kellen Clemens. They're banged up all the shit. The receivers can't catch. We found a little bit of a spark plug in Zach Stacy. But you've got a Seattle team coming in hot. A Seattle team that's probably going to win this division quite handily. And,
right. But you know what? I think you can say it with any sport. If the Cardinals were playing a regular season game and the Rams were playing in a playoff game at the same time, I'd go watch the Rams.
Yeah.
So it's not that, obviously the Cardinals...
But basically you're going to have a crowd that's probably, it would not surprise me, predominantly going to sound like a Seattle Seahawks crowd.
Yeah.
There's a real good chance that's going to happen, and it's going to be almost like a home game. So, we both picked Seattle to cover 12 points right now. This started out at 6.5. If you would have grabbed on this early, holy shit, congratulations. But right now it's up to 12, point favorite for Seattle. But I just see this being just a horrible game. But as I was just telling him before we started, I kept forgetting something. 8-point home underdogs are 23-3. In the last 6 or 26, but we went against 3 of them this week. I think after this one, it's going to be 23-6. Thank you. Math works for me. All right, this time we're really going to go. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.